I think a trustable company, first of all, always looks to the customer, tries to understand what it's like to be the customer. You really have to have customer insight to be able to be trustable, because different customers have different expectations and needs. You need to know what it's like to be that customer, and then you need to treat the customer the way you'd like to be treated if you were that customer. It's really using the principle of reciprocity in business. That's the number one issue for trustability.
And you know what that means? It means that you're going beyond the rule of law. You know, you're not just trying not to cheat people or break the law. You're trying to, be fair and all those kinds of things. That's the kind of trust that is oh so 20th century. What we're talking about now is a level of trustworthiness that goes beyond that. It's following the golden rule. It's making sure that you have set up a business that can be profitable when you are looking out for the best interests of the people who are paying you the only money that you make, which is your customers.
Let me give you an example. Let's suppose executives at company A are considering whether to put customer reviews up on their website. Okay, so one executive says, well, wait a minute, our competitors might go on and they'll trash our product, and hey, not all our products are perfect. Somebody has a really bad experience, they're going to read about it, and they go back and forth and back and forth. The central question to ask, however, in this discussion is, if I were a customer of our company, would I want to have product reviews on the company's website so I could see what other customers say about the product? Answer, yes, of course.
I would make sure that we
figure it out. They've got to figure it out.
An easy way for customers to get the kind of information that helps them make good decisions.
Yes.
And if the information they get helps them make a good decision that is not about our company, then we have to change other things about our company, not about the way we let customers learn about our company.
There are all sorts of ways to solve the problems, the legitimate problems that are raised in that kind of internal discussion.
Sure, the sock puppeting.
You want sock puppeter coming on, a sock puppeter, somebody with a fake ID, maybe a competitor coming on and trashing your product. You can require registration. You can go back to their email address. You can do all sorts of. And by the way, if you are an executive and you're trashing somebody else's, you're taking your own risk. It's the age of transparency. You're going to be outed sooner or later, and there are lots of examples
you get caught,
of that. Yeah,
that's right.
So there are ways to deal with that. There are ways to deal with customers who have really, really bad experiences. In fact, Twitter is becoming the channel of first choice for complaints, because Twitter complaints are, they're public. You get revenge on the company that wronged you. The company wants to stifle the dissent, to stifle fix the problem, so you get contacted quickly. And there are ways to deal with bad reviews. A bad review, by the way, statistics show that a bad review has a higher correlation with a product sale than a good review. And the reason for that is, if you go to a website where there's 100% good reviews, you suspect those reviews aren't real.
It's not that the bad reviews sell something.
No.
It's that you've got a bunch of good reviews. One bad review in there makes us realize that it's more likely that they're real.
Right. If you have all bad reviews, you're not going to sell anything.
Right, but if you have all good reviews, it looks weird. If you go to a hotel's website and the first one says, this is a wonderful property, you know it's a fake, because customers don't call hotels properties.
That was written by an insider.
Right. If we look at what makes a company really trustable, then it really boils down to this. Are we willing to balance our short-term goals with our long-term goals? Are we willing to accept that we have to set up a system where we make money in a way that works for customers? Are we willing to accept that we have to give up some of the control about what people say, because that's just going to happen anyway, and take control instead over the quality of the experience and the products and the timetables and meeting deadlines and keeping our word? Those are the kinds of things that are going to be required. Are we letting out the right amount of information? Are we protecting information appropriately? Are we making sure that we are trying to do what's right for customers, that we're trying to do that as well as we possibly can, and that we're doing that proactively before they even ask us to make things better?